This is NewsBreak26 in Southwest New Brunswick. I'm Vicki Hogarth. Here's what's happening in our part of the world. Demolition has begun on O'Brien House, former staff residence at the Algonquin Resort in St. Andrews. Built in 1917, the building has been vacant for years due to its severe deterioration. Engineers advised the hotel that tearing it down was the most viable solution. The site will soon be redeveloped into new staff housing and is expected to be completed by next summer.
The whole idea is to get families. One of the big problems we've got here is everybody loves to come to St. Andrews. It's a beautiful place, but it's a hard place if you're on your own and all you're living in is staff accommodation. So we're finding it very hard to attract managers, supervisors, people of any position that perhaps have a family, have a child, even have a dog. That's found being really hard for us of late. So the idea being that it's going to be about 20 apartments there, mostly one bedroom, but there will be 4 or 5 2-bedroom and 3 3-bedroom. And the idea being that it could be the executive chef, it could be a housekeeping supervisor, it could be a restaurant lead.
The Algonquin employs approximately 250 people during its peak summer season, with staff currently being housed in nearby resort buildings, as well as the W.C. O'Neill Arena dorms. The Algonquin also plans to build a Nordic spa near the Prince of Wales Wing, which will be operated by Moncton's Oosfa Spa. The project is awaiting final approval, with construction potentially beginning this fall. This development is part of the resort's strategy to establish itself as a year-round destination with winter attractions.
So the fact that we're open 12 months a year is a huge thing for us. We've been building the children's play zone, for example, to help out that one. But I think the biggest thing that's coming our way is the Oosva Spa. It's going to be a Nordic spa situated just to the side of the Prince of Wales building there. We hope to be into the ground this fall, all things being equal. That should take some months to build. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. It's going to be something that not only hotel guests can use, but locals can use, people within the region can use.
On Tuesday, a ribbon-cutting ceremony at Grand Manan Airport marked the arrival of the island's long-awaited air ambulance service following a nearly 2-year wait. Although the event was scheduled for early afternoon, the plane was called into action in the late morning to transport a patient, highlighting the island's critical need for this service. The King Air 200, which began operating over the Labor Day weekend, is a result of a collaboration between Ambulance New Brunswick and Voyageur Aviation. The village of Grand Manan is building a dedicated hangar for the aircraft. Grand Manan Mayor Bonnie Morse will join us in studio next week to discuss how the new air ambulance is improving emergency medical care on the island. Students head back to school this week, this time with new cell phone rules in effect for New Brunswick classrooms. Students must now place their phones in a designated area on silent during class. Phones needed for medical reasons can remain with students.
In addition to the distractions that they can cause, there's the distraction around behavior, because for a lot of students, their social life is happening on their phones out there beyond school hours, but oftentimes that comes into the school with them, and so administrators and school staff are dealing with those things that happen in their social media lives and in the cell phone life of these young people, but they're dealing with it in schools because that's where it tends to come up when students gather.
Anglophone South Superintendent Derek O'Brien sat down with CHCO's Natalie Sturgeon for a half-hour discussion about the 2024-25 school year on an episode of Southwest Magazine out this week. Lorraine Justison has asked St. Stephen Council for their support to purchase and operate a wheelchair-accessible bus. She estimates it'll be around $95,000 to buy it. Justison says there is a community of people who are not being served or who cannot run errands or visit loved ones without this method of transportation.
We can get up and go and everything, but a lot of the seniors can't. A lot of the ones that's in the wheelchair can't, especially the young people.
Finally, Christian Larson of Penfield has been honored as one of the 2024 recipients of the Minister of Veterans Affairs Commendation. This award recognizes his dedication to preserving the history of Penfield Ridge Air Station and Camp Utopia. Christian joined me in studio for a half-hour discussion on his efforts to document and preserve this important part of our history. Watch the full interview on Southwest Magazine this week. That's all the news I have for you. For more stories and online exclusives, follow me, Vicki Hogarth, on Facebook and subscribe for free to CHCO-TV on YouTube.
A news and public affairs production of CHCO-TV, New Brunswick's only source for independent community television.